Welcome to the Icebox setup guide. For this one, we have 10 setups. As usual, there are timestamps in the description below, so let's get to it. Okay, so starting off with A Site, the first thing we're going to do is somewhat like the default. We're going to put a turret here, and this turret mainly is going to be used to spot anyone that goes belt and forward. So when this turret spots the first person belt, they're going to be here. And depending on your reaction time, you're going to peek on this side, and for me they'll reach about here. So what I do is on the turret sounding, I already have myself lined up with their head. So when the turret sounds, quick peek, try to get a headshot. Otherwise, peek back over here so you're not completely out of safety. They might try to wallbang this, but that's kind of fine. You're probably not going to die unless they waste a lot of clips, right? And you'll know that they're pushing A and your team will come. So next thing you do is going to be default anti-default plants. So most of the time they're going to plant right here or right here if they don't have a sage wall. If they have a sage wall, they usually block it off like that, and then they plant here in this spot. So what you're going to do is the box default plant, you're going to aim at the bottom of this gray part, like the bottom right corner of this gray part. Left click and it should go into the box. No one really shoots this, so it's safe. And the next one you're going to do is right here behind this. So this will cover both the default plant on this side as well as this side. So they can't plant on this side for about 6 seconds. That's how long your now swarm lasts, and yeah, they just can't plant here unless they want to jump back here, which is completely terrible idea on their part because they're going to be open up to rafters as well as people pushing through screen. So that's just going to completely stall their plant. And I'm just going to throw that there for now, just the placeholders. You're going to follow this up with an alarm bot here, just for anyone that wants to push you this way, because if you're up in nest, right, you don't want to have to look this way, right? So you're going to have that alarm bot covering your right side, and your turret will also see anyone that pushes here if it survives. But you're mainly using the turret to get a quick peek on belt, kill them, and then you're basically just going to hold for the right side push or left side of your defender. But yeah, look for that push. If you see them, take a quick shot, back off, and then wait for them to plant. They might push you. The person that's playing on top of whatever this is, I don't even know what this is called. I just call it middle block. But sometimes someone zips across to the middle block and then occupies this space. You won't really need to fight them unless they zip all the way here, which you'll have the advantage because they're not accurate while zipping, and you'll just blast in the head like that. And yeah, you just deal with this side. Don't worry about this side because the rest of your team is going to push in from screens, so they'll deal with the people on this side and you just have to deal with this side. This next setup is another default plant, default defense. What you're going to do is put your turret on top of screens like so. Try to put it as close to the corner as possible. This way, anyone from this side cannot see it from this safe angle. They'd have to come out here to shoot it. But this turret is mainly used to see this side. So anyone that peeks over like this will get shot by the turret, right? They're usually going to clear it like this, clear this, and then finally clear this side and this side. So they're going to be up to this part already. What you're going to couple that with is a nanoswarm anywhere within this triangle area. So it doesn't have to be perfect. It's just when that turret sounds, they're going to be up here. So you pop that nanoswarm, it stops them from pushing, or then makes them push up here or the back of site, which they're very vulnerable if they actually do decide to push back of site or right here. So that's that setup. And this next part requires the round to start before you set it up, because the door of like the screen to start the rounds ends right here. So you're going to be stopped right here. what you're going to do is before the round starts, have your crosshair lined up to like this part, right? So you have your alarm bot right on this line right here. So this alarm bot will see anyone that pushes like this, and that will sound off. And once you have that alarm bot down, you have your molly, aim for this spot right here. There you go. So when they push this way like this, you can pop the nano swarm. They have to back off for 6 seconds at least. That covers that flank. I mean, that covers this entrance, and this turret covers this entrance. And this setup is much more versatile than the first one because you can pretty much play anywhere you want. I like playing back here because if they do decide to push out, you get a pretty easy one-on-one. Like they're gonna have to check corners really quickly, right? They're gonna have to bum rush through, check this, check this, check this. You can play behind screen, you can play this angle. I like playing screen because you can check this angle as well as this angle at the same time without much delay. If you play this angle, you just play for this guy, or if you play back here, you just play for this guy. Either works. You can even play up from rafters. Rafters is also very good. If I can hit this jump, I can't hit this jump. Okay, I actually can't hit this jump. Okay, ghost mode. Anyways, yeah, you can play here, or you can play here. Doesn't matter. It's very versatile default. I actually like playing solo on A for this, so my team can stack kitchen and mid. Usually have 2 people mid. They can push out if they want, 1 person in the kitchen and then 1 person in B. Because A is such a hard site to hold in general, it's better to do a retake. This next setup is a very aggressive setup where you kind of have to get this down really quickly because you can only do this setup after the game round has started. So what you're going to do is you have the screen starting right here, so you have the turret facing you already before the round starts, and right as the round starts, you just run over here, do this, drop a alarm bot here, drop a molly over here, and drop one over there. So then you come back on this side. What's going to happen is when they cross over like this, the alarm bot will sound and the turret will sound. If that sounds, if both of them sound, you pop this one and this one. If just the turret sounds, you just pop this one, and then when the alarm bot sounds, you pop this one, right? Because if they're peeking like this, right, and doing this, they're gonna be open to this angle, and if you pop this molly, they have to run this way, which they'll get hit by the alarm bot. And you pop this, they'll either have to push through here or go backwards, right? So now once you put all that down, you'll be here, around roughly here. You can either play on this side and see if they push through here, or you can also stay on this side to peek off like this. I prefer to play on this side just because you're less open to belt as well as pipes, because if you're on this side, if they're on top of belt, they can see you. They can be holding this angle and they'll just shoot you right as you take the corner to try and take out the person that's getting like that's triggering all your utility, as well as anyone that's pipe. They can be pushed out here, they can be jumped on top of pipe and just have their head peeking. This is not a great angle to be. I prefer not to be in that angle, so I usually would play here to see if anyone pushes through here. And if I've used both mollies, I may even like peek out wide to see if they've retreated back here, just because they may or may not expect it. And from this angle, you're only really open to the back of belt and anyone that holds like really tight to like this part of belt, which usually they won't be like all the way out here. They'll usually be holding like this, right? And anyone in top pipes, they'll be holding screens but they can also jump up like that to kill you, and that's just not a good place you want to be, so I usually play this side. This next hold focus mainly on the back right side of A with the default plant. This setup does require another teammate to actually be on site playing screens or in nest or top of rafter just to hold the right side of the push. So what this setup is going to do is you have a turret right here which sees anyone that pushes past this block. So that's the turret right there, and what you're going to couple that with is an alarm bot right at the middle of this block. So anyone that peeks over like this will get hit by this alarm bot, as well as this turret for like a crossfire kind of thing, so they have to deal with one or the other. They can do with both, but it will just take some time. And then you follow it up with a molly right here and another molly right here. So what will happen is when they push up, they have all this space, and if they want to plant default, they can. You just get this molly down, right? If you hear them planting and you don't see them at all, because you're going to be playing up here in rafter, you're going to be hugging this side, so you're not completely open to like a quick peek on this side. The first contact will be your turret, and you play off your turret. So when the turret sounds, you pop both mollies and you play off the turret, because they're going to be pushed back here or kept at the front of site. I'll show you that again. So a molly here and a molly here. So when they come forward, what's going to happen is they're going to clear it like this. They're going to clear this, right? And then the person is going to plant. They'll be stopped by this molly, so they have to come here, or they jump back here. And if they jump to the back here, this turret will sound, and you pop this as well. And if they push back here, the alarm bot will sound, and they'll be stuck here. So this setup gets you kills if they push, if the enemy decides to be aggressive and push past. Very easy to get one kill, because they're going to be vulnerable, they're going to be slowed by the turret. You also have the quick you also have the information that the turret is actually shooting someone that is right here, so you just hold this angle and wait for them to have to quickly clear all of the back, because if they're pushing through this, they have to clear top rafter, bottom, back of this little block, as well as screens and backside of rafters. That's so much angles they have to clear, while all you have to do is wait for them to push and have your crosshair in like head level. This is not as easy because it's a elevated angle. Their head could be here, it could be here, or here, but that's much easier for you to adjust. So you can adjust like this, much easier than what they have to do, which is this, you know, they have to clear like a box. Instead, you just have to do a vertical line going straight up. So again, this setup gets you kills, but you have to have a teammate playing right here to prevent them from pushing this side and just turning around and blasting you right there. Because as soon as they get up to here, they'll be able to see you. So you have to have a teammate right here to block off this shooting. So if you get stuck on mid duty and you get the role of playing the boiler, easy turret setup is either right here. This spots anyone that pushes through mid, and that's a good spot, as well as this one as well. They're pretty much the same thing. They do the same thing. When they peek over this way, it's like a headshot angle. It's hard to hit, and it'll get you information. So yeah, one of these two spots is great. You can always put it back here as well, like this. Switch it up, doesn't really matter. So when the round starts, the green is going to be right here. I put a shorty there just for like an indicator. So what you're going to do is run forward, put an alarm bot here, put a molly here, and then all you have to do is you can play behind this box off of this, or you can play back here and peek off your alarm bot. Either way works. you just have one molly there and you save the other molly, because you will be rotating to either B or A once you understand where the enemy are. Because if this turret does not sound, you know for sure that they're not mid yet and they could be barreling into A, which easy rotate for you right here. You can just throw a molly like that to stop that side, or you can throw a molly over here to stop this side, or bounce it off of this for the default plant. You know, many things you can do with that extra nano swarm. If you want to be extra aggressive with this, you can leave your turret out and wait for the door, and put your turret right here instead, which will spot them, slow them, as well as have this alarm bot. Easier peek for you. You still have this alarm bot and that nano swarm no matter what, and yeah, you play rotations at that point. So this next setup is if you get relegated to playing kitchen. What I like to do is put a turret here. All this turret does is spots anyone that comes through the tube. That's literally all it does. And at the start of the round, the screen is right here. What you're going to do is you can throw a molly on this side, or you can throw a molly on this side before the round starts. They serve pretty much the same purpose of trying to stop anyone from hard pushing out of tube once they kill your turret. So just one there, and then you have another when the rounds before the round starts. Actually, the screen door is going to be right here. You're just going to be standing here holding your alarm bot, and then you can just put your alarm bot right here and throw your nano swarm over there. This will cover anyone that comes through mid. You can place your nano swarm there, you can place your nano swarm here, preferably closer to the corner so they don't just shoot it out before they turn the corner, right? And that just covers under the tube. So that's pretty much all you have to do as the kitchen player. You just stay back here and use your util to stop them from pushing through kitchen. Yeah, that's pretty much it. And again, since you're a mid player now, you'll be rotating to B or A depending on the information that your team gives you. So for the B site, a very typical setup I do is one where my turret sits right here. Right, this turret will spot anyone that comes from the B long to yellow, as well as anyone trying to enter from mid on the tube. So you just place your turret right here. This will spot both tube as well as yellow. And then what I do is you can have a nano swarm right here in the corner box of the default plant. This will cover most of default except like right here. I think they can still plant, but this is so open, like it's open to snowman, back of sight, kind of to mid as well. I don't think people usually would plant here unless they have a sage wall blocking like this part or this part. So this nano swarm is hidden enough where if they're planting right here, they won't see it. Here, they still won't see it. If they're planting here, they'll see like a sliver of it, but that's pretty hard to spot, especially if they're holding like for this part or for here. They're not going to really notice this nano swarm. So I like having a nano swarm right there. You can couple that with an alarm bot right here and have a nano swarm a little bit ahead of the alarm bot, because this alarm bot's range is bigger than the actual nano swarm. So when the enemy gets to about here, this alarm bot will sound. They'll be right inside this nano swarm, and you can stop them from the default plant, right? That's 6 seconds. You hear them start planting, you pop this one, that's another 6 seconds. So like all in all total, that's probably like 15 seconds of stalling a default plant. That's more than enough time for your kitchen player to rotate all the way to here, or your boiler player to rotate to here to help you out with the defense. And what you can do is you can play super far back like here to peek off your turret like that, or you can play back here in like this really obscure angle where you just see this little part, and they're not really going to pre-aim like an open snowman area, right? So you just pre-aim to their head. When that sounds, you can expect them to start pushing to yellow, and then just boom, you might get a kill. easy way to like get a kill and then just peek out of the corner. This is like half a second of time before they can notice you and try to shoot you back. Very unlikely of that to happen unless you do it every single round, which obviously don't do the same thing every single round, right? Another thing you can do is you can play in here, right? Because if they plant here, you pop that in nano swarm, you can just wall bang, try to wall bang, and then you can retreat. You can wall bang this, right? Simple wall bang for here and retreat again. So super versatile place to play in B. This is honestly my favorite site to play as Killjoy, because this site mainly all you do is stall and retake, because it's such a huge an open site. You kind of only can have one person here because A is so important. You usually have two people there if you are the Killjoy, right? You can just hold down this site all by yourself because your turret is so strong, your alarm bot is so strong as well. And once they get to this part, obviously you can just play back here and hold for them to push like that. Or if you're playing back here, you can just hold anyone that retreats back. Same for this part, you just hold yellow. Very simple default that I like doing pretty much most of the time, and it's very effective to stall. But whenever I get the chance to get an operator, what I like to do is I like to put a turret right here. I have a alarm bot right here. Then I have two nano swarms, one right here and one right here. So with this setup, you hold an aggressive angle right here to B long B main. So if they peek over, you might get an easy kill like that, and then you would retreat back here and you play off the alarm bot. So when the alarm bots, when they peek over, you get another quick kill, and then you pop both mollies right away, right? So if you don't kill them, the molly is still going to do a lot of damage because they're going to be focused on you, right? And they're not going to shoot this alarm bot, because if they try to shoot the alarm bot as you're holding this angle, right, they are more than likely going to shoot you before they shoot this alarm bot. So you get a free one-off pick like this again, and then they're almost certainly gonna get hit by the alarm bot and get damaged by the double nano swarm. Afterwards, you can pretty much hide anywhere you want. Like, you can play back here, wait for anyone to push this. You can hold it like this, wait for anyone to push that. You can go aggressive like this and hold back yellow. Like, you're gonna use up all your util, but if you are good with the operator and they don't use utility to push you out, like from this angle as well as this angle, you probably have two picks right off the bat, and that is massive for a B defense, because B is such a hard site to take, because you need so much utility, because someone could be here, someone could be here, someone could be here, someone could be back yellow, like up here. There's just so many angles that they have to clear, and this is such a huge choke point that if they've already lost two members, there's almost no way that they're going to take B. This next setup is one of those setups where if you're feeling it, like you're feeling super good, you're hitting all your shots, and you want to play super aggro and just obliterate the enemy team, you can have a turret here. This turret does not spot anyone on this side. It only spots anyone that's pushing this side. So what you couple that with is a nanoswarm right here, roughly the edge of this shadow with this corner of the yellow box, right? So they won't see this nanoswarm until they get out to peek the turret, which in that case they're not going to be looking in this way. They're going to be trying to clear stuff here, right? So easy nanoswarm to stop them from pushing any further for a while. This is the left side, right? And then what you're going to couple that with is an alarm bot on this side, which covers everything from here up to this point, like this to this. And this alarm bot is simply used as bait, right? Because what you are going to be doing is playing behind yellow right there. when they get up to this part to try to clear the back of yellow, this will sound. They're gonna start shooting it. As you can see on the right side of my screen right now, you're not even seeing yellow box whatsoever. You don't even see anything part of yellow box, right? So if you're here and you hear that alarm box sounding, boom, they're dead. They can't even see you on their screen, and they just died, right? That's one kill. If they push here, you pop that nano swarm, they're retreating. Boom, that might be another kill, right? You could get traded out as well, but that's why I said at the beginning, this is only a setup if you're feeling it and you're confident that your shots will kill the enemies before they kill you. Like, this is a very ballsy setup, but also very effective if you are like in the zone.
Recalling my...
So this next setup, it requires you to play up here. What you're going to start off with is a simple default kind of alarm bar right here, as well as a molly here. This just covers the like front lane, and what you're going to couple that with is a a turret right here. This turret cannot be spotted by anyone here. Pretty much only person that would spot this turret is someone that pushes past yellow, or if someone pushes and tries to plant here, right? So next thing you're going to do is put a nano swarm somewhere in this vicinity, right? So what that nano swarm does is stops anyone from retreating behind yellow, right? So let me put that down again. So what's going to happen is they're going to come up here like this, right? They're going to try to clear this, and then clear this and this, right? So they're going to see the turret takes contact, they're going to shoot turret. What you're going to do is you're going to be up here, right? Have your crosshair lined up to back of yellow, and what you're going to do is when the turret starts shooting, you have your crosshair like that, right? When the turret starts shooting, pop that molly. They're forced to either tank a lot of the molly damage or push out forward, right? So you're going to be right here and placeholder molly right there, roughly. So boom, they're going to be around here. They're going to be shooting the turret or just trying to run in general, and you're just going to peek around the corner. You'll get an easy kill and, you know, duck back into cover because you're right here. You know, peek, kill, peace out. Try not to run through like this. You can just peek like this, just hold it right here. They're gonna try and wall bang you. You can just look down like this and face the other way if you want. This way you don't just randomly get headshot, you'll just get body shotted or like leg shotted, right? So yeah, pretty cool. It's about to play. I hope you found the setups useful. This is the last map we're doing until a new one comes out, so make sure to like the video if you liked it. Subscribe for more Valorant content, and if you want to see more video guides, click on the playlist on the right. Thanks for watching, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye.